Shadrach, Meshack, and Abednego were good friends. They shared many adventures and always supported each other through thick and thin. Their bond was unbreakable, and they were known for their courage and faith. They lived in a land far away, a place filled with wonders and mysteries. The land was ruled by a powerful king who had a grand palace and many subjects. The king of the land was named Nebuchadnezzar. He was known for his wealth and his desire to be revered by all. He was a powerful king, feared and respected by everyone in the kingdom. His word was law, and his commands were absolute. Nebuchadnezzar wanted everyone to obey him without question. He believed that his authority should never be challenged. He built a giant statue of gold, a magnificent idol that shone brightly in the sun. It was a symbol of his power and glory. He commanded everyone to bow down to the statue whenever they heard the sound of music. It was a test of loyalty to him. Shadrach, Meshack, and Abednego loved God very much. They prayed together every day and followed their faith with unwavering devotion. They knew it was wrong to bow down to statues. They refused to bow. Their faith in God gave them the strength to stand firm against the king's command. Some men saw the friends and were quick to report them. They whispered and pointed, eager to see what the king would do. They told the king, "Those 3 men did not bow down." Nebuchadnezzar was very angry. His face turned red with rage, and he demanded that the 3 friends be brought before him immediately. "Bring them to me!" the king roared. His voice echoed through the grand hall, filled with tension and fear. The king's eyes blazed with anger as he awaited the arrival of the 3 men who had defied his decree. The guards brought Shadrach, Meshack, and Abednego to the king. They were dragged through the palace corridors, their faces resolute despite the dire situation. The king's court watched in silence, knowing the severity of the king's wrath. Nebuchadnezzar shouted, "You will bow down to the statue." His voice was filled with authority and menace, pointing to the massive golden statue that towered over the court. The statue gleamed under the sunlight, a symbol of the king's power and pride. "If you don't, I will throw you into a fiery furnace." The threat was clear and terrifying. The furnace roared with flames, its heat palpable even from a distance. The king's ultimatum hung in the air, a test of faith and courage. The 3 friends stood tall. They did not waver, their faith unshaken. The court murmured in disbelief at their bravery. Shadrach, Meshack, and Abednego faced the king with unwavering resolve. They said, "Our God can save us from the fire." Their voices were calm and steady, filled with conviction. They believed in their God's power to deliver them from the king's wrath. "But even if he doesn't, we will not bow down." The king was furious. His face turned red with rage, unable to comprehend their defiance. The court held its breath, anticipating the king's next move. He ordered his soldiers, "Heat the furnace 7 times hotter than usual." The soldiers scrambled to obey, stoking the fire until it blazed with an intense heat. The furnace crackled and roared, a fearsome sight. The soldiers tied up Shadrach, Meshack, and Abednego. They bound them tightly, ensuring there was no chance of escape. The 3 men remained calm, their faith giving them strength. They threw them into the blazing furnace. The flames engulfed them immediately, and the heat was so intense that the soldiers who threw them in were burned. The court watched in horror, waiting to see what would happen next. The fire was so hot that it killed the soldiers who threw them in. Nebuchadnezzar watched the furnace. He was shocked. He jumped to his feet and said, "Didn't we throw 3 men into the fire?" His advisors said, "Yes, Your Majesty, we did." Nebuchadnezzar said, "But I see 4 men walking around in the fire. They are not hurt at all." "And the 4th man," he said, "looks like an angel." Section 4. A Walk in the Fire. This is a story of faith, courage, and divine intervention. It takes us back to ancient Babylon, where a powerful king ruled with an iron fist. Nebuchadnezzar, the mighty king, went to the door of the furnace. His eyes were wide with astonishment as he peered into the blazing inferno. "Shadrach, Meshack, and Abednego," he called. "Come out!" His voice echoed with a mix of command and disbelief. "Servants of the Most High God, come out!" The king's voice was filled with urgency and awe. The 3 friends walked out of the fire. Everyone was amazed. The crowd gasped in shock and wonder, unable to believe their eyes. The fire had not hurt them at all. Not a single hair on their heads was singed, and their skin was untouched by the flames. Their clothes were not even burned. The fabric was as pristine as it had been before they entered the furnace. Nebuchadnezzar said, "Praise the God of Shadrach, Meshack, and Abednego." His voice was filled with reverence and newfound respect. He sent his angel to rescue them. The divine presence was undeniable, a testament to their unwavering faith. They would not bow down to any other god. Their loyalty and devotion were unshakable even in the face of death. From now on, he declared, anyone who says anything bad about their god will be punished. The king's decree was a powerful acknowledgement of their god's supremacy. Section 5. God is with us. Shadrack, Meshack, and Abednego were very brave. They knew that God was with them. They chose to obey God, even when it was hard. God was faithful to them. He protected them from the fire. God is always with us, even when we face difficult times. He will give us the courage to do what is right. Like Shadrach, Meshack, and Abednego, we can trust in God's love and protection.